Greetings, YouTube. Today's story comes out of California, where Representative Jared Huffman noticed that someone was flying a Confederate flag at the Veterans Day parade. Now, Representative Huffman was in a Jeep sitting next to an Army veteran, um, and called the attention to one of the men carrying the flags of the Confederates, and pointed out the flag he was holding and says, "This is our flag." I bet that was probably lost on them. And three guesses which president-elect was on their shirts while flying the flag of slavery and white supremacy. Also, the flag of, oops, we lost. Remember, the Confederate flag is the second place ribbon for the entire Confederacy. Well, go ahead and tell me. Tell me how it's heritage, not hate. Three white dudes in California flying a Confederate flag at a Veterans Day in 2016 just so happens to be, the same week as an election went to an actual fascist, a man who won his position because of white supremacy, a guy who put up a recommendation for his cabinet. Actually, I think he may have actually just said it, because I don't think you actually have to have a recommendation with cabinet posts. I think you just give them to people who was an actual white supremacist. So yeah, go ahead and tell me that this wasn't and isn't a campaign and an administration driven by white supremacy. Can you imagine being a racial minority in America right now? A cabinet post given to an actual white supremacist, a white nationalist. How is that going to make you feel? I don't know. I can't even fathom it. I have the privilege of not having to worry about that. But I do worry about my brothers and sisters who aren't white. I do worry about my brothers and sisters in the trans community, in the gay community, and the non-Christian community, and of course, women. I worry about them all. And I hear people going, oh, wait and see, wait and see. Bullshit. Don't wait and see. Autocrats are very forward with their views. They mean what they say. If he had the power, you don't think that he'd lock her up? He still plans on building a $30 billion boondoggle of a wall that won't work. Particularly seeing as 40% of all people that come here without documentation or overstay their documentation do so on planes. Anti-immigrant, anti-Muslim, white supremacist bigotry is in every single allele of the Republican campaign this season. They've been pushing a strategy of racism, overt racism, since Nixon. Look up Southern strategy. Go ahead, look it up. This is what they've been doing since Nixon, and it's worked wonderfully for them, driving a wedge between poor black people and poor white people successfully, campaign season after campaign season, pushing the American people further and further to the right. I've heard people say, well, this is the death throes of the Republican Party. Also bullshit. We've been saying that since Nixon as well. Hasn't happened. They just won all three branches of the United States government. How long are abortion rights going to survive in America? How long is marital equity going to survive in America? How long until we don't until what few rights trans people have acquired are gone? Thankfully, the cops in LA, for example, have already said they're not going to be the deportation police for the new Reich. So that's a step in the right direction. But he'll find people who will be willing to do it. All those patriots out there who do their own freelance border patrols. I'm sure they'll be lining up for the jobs we're getting to get their hands on some brown people and get them under their control. They really like that idea. So go ahead and tell me how that Confederate flag waving at a California Veterans Day parade isn't about hatred. Why don't you put a little spin on that and see what comes out?